Pleasure to see you and congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed.
I was watching the film yesterday and thinking, just when you've seen it all and you've acted all, could this be a new acting exercise for you? No.
Well, I do like to do things that surprise me, and are a bit of a challenge. But I've never thought of myself as a singer or as a solo performer. But why not? The material here is so good. The lyric, T.S. Eliot's words are so entertaining, and it's so witty that a theatre cat, who's someone who keeps down the mice and the rats, should actually be a star performer. It's a joke. I think what people miss with Cats is that it's a big joke. Don't come to this movie thinking you're going to see any cats. There are no cats in it. They're all human beings.
Exactly, and amazing performances. I think the atmosphere on set must have been so uplifting because everybody, is quite uninhibited in these kinds of films, right?
It was, and also for an actor to be close to dancers who have such discipline and work so hard. Oh, and you know that they're not going to be able to do it all their lives because the body gets tired, stops working. It's easy enough for an actor to go on into his 80s, but a dancer can't. So to see all that energy and achievement was an absolute thrill, yes. And of course it's captured by the camera.
This was the first musical I've ever seen, and I'll never forget that feeling of just, of the energy that this musical gave me. What's your own relationship to Cats? Had you seen it before? And did it motivate you accepting? Bless you.
I saw the third performance ever of Cats on stage in London and sat next to the man who was wondering whether to transfer the show to Broadway. And at the interval, I advised him not to do that. I said it was too English. I thought it was very good entertainment, but for the English. I thought New York wouldn't get the joke. Ah! How wrong could I be?
Well, it's good.
Which is why I'm not a producer. So, I've always had affection for Cats because it was directed by Trevor Nunn, an old mate of mine who, and I knew Judy was going to be in it originally and then had an injury so she couldn't. So I was always glad of its success and secretly hoped that one of the outcomes of the success of Cats would be that Andrew Lloyd Webber would write a musical called Dogs.
The sequel.
And I don't know why he hasn't. Because there are so many funny dogs, aren't there? We've seen them on screen, 101 Dalmatians and so on, and I'm very fond of dogs.
What's not to love?
Yes.
I live right next to the Battersea Cats and Dogs home. Yes, so
yes.
it's my neighborhood.
Yes.
Let's talk about being together again with Judi Dench. What do you love about each other as performers? How much do you admire each other working?
Well, I think we have a lot of shared values. We both began in the theatre and probably didn't need to expect to do anything else but theatre acting, and many possibilities for that in the UK. And then Judy stepped into television very, very successfully with a couple of sitcoms and then into movies latterly, and it's been roughly the same for me. So I think we've been rather amused and keep pinching ourselves that we're allowed to carry on. And but there was a period when we were in, play after play after play together on stage. But I think this is our first time in a film, is it? Yes. Oh, so lovely to. And we sat in awe watching the dancers on the set. So it was a real privilege. Yes.
And how did both of you practice your singing?
Well, I kept going in and followed the notes of the pianist, and I suppose Judy did the same. Yeah, and Tom Hooper was very, very friendly and careful with us and protected us, I think. Looked after us, as good directors always do.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be this soothing relationship, I think, with the director for things to work. The movie's coming out at Christmas. What are your Christmas plans this year, and how important is it for you as a holiday?
I think this film might well become the film that you always watch at Christmas. It's not full of snow and Christmas trees. It's not that. It's just happy endings, people being nice to each other, people behaving well and badly, and all in a magical world. I'm working on stage at the moment, but not on Christmas Day itself, and I shall be at home with friends. Some close friends and some who don't have anywhere to go. So, yes, that'll be fun, yes.